Hello everyone, welcome back to Newcastle Fans TV. I've walked along, I'm in Salford Quays, well the start of it, just behind the Tesco here, and Newcastle United have come away with defeat. We're going to dissect quite a lot of stuff because that was a bit of comical defending, scoring plenty of goals, which we are good at, missed opportunities, and that's on and off the pitch by the way, but let's get going. Yeah, hello everyone. So team news. I want to get straight. I'm in a bit of a bad mood. I'm not gonna lie. It's a mixture of both. Frustration, I think, is in the air. The team, for me, when was Pope gonna come in? Joe Linton. Those are the two. Obviously, there was talk about Isak would he make it, but he did. And thankfully, because Gordon is much better on the wing, I didn't like him up top. But for me, those two have got to start on Sunday. For me, Pope and go for your stronger side, because Dubravka's a good number two, very good number two by the way, but he's not a number one anymore. Nick Pope's a better goalkeeper, and I think I don't want to run the risk of not qualifying for Europe on Sunday if I haven't played with stronger side. But anyway, that's the team news. Man United's team, by the way, was one of the weakest I've ever seen. This isn't a Man United team that isn't, back in the day when Ferguson would win everything. I grew up seeing Alex Ferguson win the whole lot over and over. The odd time it would be Arsene Wenger, the odd time Jose Mourinho, but it was largely Alex Ferguson. And that's not Man United anymore. Man United are no longer one of the big two or three clubs in terms of positioning. Yes, commercially, the massive, the gigantic, as I said on the match reaction. But in terms of league position, when was the last time Man United won the league? For a club like Man United to go that long. And people are going to say, oh, you're Newcastle, you haven't won down since 1969. And but we're not that club, we're not Man United. First half, the best chance that I can remember was the Dan Burn header. That was cleared off the line. That was directly level with me. Couldn't tell, basically. Couldn't tell. But obviously his ref would have buzzed and would have seen the replays. However, we didn't see... Well, I was seeing the tackle with Gordon real time, and I thought we won the ball. But I haven't seen the images walking to my car here, looking at Gordon. He's had his absolute back end heel, like literally grazed on his socks being ripped. And even Bruno Gomes has quote tweeted it. Whether that stays quote tweeted or that gets deleted because he might get into trouble, who knows? But we didn't know that in the stadium. Obviously, we don't get the benefits of replays and stuff like that. There's not even a screen inside Old Trafford. But looking at that, you think to yourself, how's that not given as a penalty if he's scraped his foot down the back of his leg? And VAR looked at it. Fucking hell. Fuck me, man. Hey. That's one thing. Right? Another thing. So we concede, and it's just comical. It's fucking comical. The cross comes in on the right-hand side. And firstly, Trippier plays him on, and it's largely his fault. But if Trippier does step up a couple bit, yeah, fair enough, that'll be offside. But I don't think Newcastle played the offside trap there. I didn't. But Trippier's played him on. Kobbie Mainoo, I thought was mint tonight, by the way. To get him on the England plane. Free, side foot it. And it went slow motion for me. I was like, that went slow motion. 1-0 down. Dubravka had a 1-on-1 save in the first half. Get them bollocks. Come out in the second half. Right. Can you react to it? We equalised, which is great. And again, Jacob Murphy delivering the goods from out wide. He's having a good purple patch, I think, in terms of he's hit and miss, but it's probably his best spell, I think, this season. The last probably month or 6 weeks with his crossing, because he's putting in dangerous balls in. Some games he isn't, but when he's on fire like you did there, that was decent. He's very hit and miss with Jacob Murphy, but he's probably, as I say, this is probably his purple patch. But we need that position strengthened, period, over the summer. But crosses it in. Anthony Gordon's on the end of it. Brilliant. We equalise. And then we have another chance. And for me, it's the key moment of the game. It's not the reason why we lost, but it is a very, very key moment for us going forward. And Gordon causing havoc. He's played in Isak. Don't get me wrong, it's a great challenge, and it hits the grazes the top of the bar or the back of the net at the top. But you got to score. You score that, you go 2-1 up, and I think it's a different game. And Newcastle get something from that game. For me, that's the key moment at that stage. Newcastle going forward are the lethal, don't get me wrong. Because look at the goals we've scored, that's evident. Look at the goals we've conceded, though. That's evident as well. It's mental how many goals we've conceded. It's mental how many goals we've scored. It's like balmy. For neutral to watch us, TV cameras love her, because they're guaranteed goals. But you've got to put your chances away, man. We had a spell in that period of, we had like, Onana had to save Joe Linton header. He had to spread himself. A cross shot, which was like a Gaza moment. U96, fast pace from left to right, whizzed in. Nobody on the end of it. You've got to put your chances away when you have them, especially when you're at Old Trafford. And now we won early in the season, yeah. But I mean, you're battling for something. You're playing for something tonight, like proper European position. Gone 2-1 down, right? And you could question that we're not pushed out. Don't get me wrong. It is a good hit. It's a brilliant hit. Dubravka probably sees it late, but if I'm being critical, it's not like right in the corner though. Do you know what I mean? I think Pope, for me, probably gets at least a hand to it, whether Gan's in or not. We can speculate all day. I'm not picking out Dubravka because I'm not doing that, the need. I just think Pope can do, if there was 100 shots, Pope saves more of them for me. If they're all identical. 2-1 Doon, right? You go 3-1. Højlund just outmuscles, I think it was Dan Burn, and it kind of like trickles past Dubravka. Maybe I'm being harsh again. Maybe I am. And it's 3-1 Doon, and you think, no, that's game out. And obviously we did score a beautiful Lewis Hall at the end. Great finish, and he's come on leaps and bounds, by the way, the last few weeks. Brilliant with his progress. Because if everybody was fit, I wouldn't take him out that side, to be honest with you. In the first half, the atmosphere was brilliant. Second half was a little bit quieter because naturally we're behind. But the stewarding the night was odd because they were very shit hot on people who were doing vaping. And look, it happens. It happened in my road. It happened in front of us. It happened behind us. But also they were like very strict on what I could film. And obviously I don't film the game on away days, as is now on match vlogs. So I was being told that you can't film the match because I didn't film the match. I filmed the reaction. Oh, I want to say by Dubravka, Newcastle are in this game. I'll do something like that, you know. And then I'll point to the fan, and the fans are singing, and obviously that's why I haven't got the vlog to you. They're being very strict and being a bit of a dick, but it is what it is anyway. The atmosphere was just up and down. I thought the first half was brilliant, but disappointing that we came away from a defeat. Kamikaze defending, where I should have scored more chances, even though we've been brilliant going forward this season. But for me, as I said at the top of this video, got to go your stronger side for me. Stop being loyal. Play your stronger side. You need a result. A draw tonight would have stopped Man United from any chance of catching them. Let's hear from Eddie Howe before we talk about those stipulations.
Well, I think, a combination of we had enough chances to do more, but also the way we defended the 3 goals wasn't good enough. And this season, compared to last, that's probably been the biggest difference. We've conceded goals similar to the type that we did today, which is uncharacteristic for us. Something we have to change longer term going into next year. I'm reluctant to focus on one player. I think when you look back through the goals we've conceded today, I think there's multiple errors in all 3 goals. I don't think Manchester United really hurt us a great deal. They've conceded 3 goals. I mean, that you can't do away from home. We looked good, I thought, going forward. We did create chances. We probably didn't get enough bodies in the box in the key moments during that first half. I thought the goalkeeper made some saves. The woodwork denied us in the second half. But we scored 2 goals. That should be enough to get something from the game. I thought it was a penalty. I think it's one of those you have to see 2 or 3 times to see where the contact is. And that's what I thought VAR was good at, slowing it down and making sure you can see where the contacts happened. You can see why Anthony's gone down. I think if you're looking at it from the wrong angle, you possibly don't see it. But for me, it was clear.
But anyways, back to the video. Right, the stipulations are, we'll bring up the league table now. Chelsea beating Brighton tonight. Didn't help. Brighton, they faded away recently. Chelsea, I think, are almost there. They're the team that are on red-hot form at the minute. They're gelling. It's took a while for Pochettino, but I think they're going to make Europe now. And it's down to us and Man United. And now we've got beat the Neat, which is disappointing. But if we win on Sunday, we'll then go 7th. But it doesn't necessarily mean that we actually qualify for Europe. Because if Man United win the FA Cup and finish 8th, they'll take our position in Europe, and Chelsea go in the conference, Man United go in the Europa. So, but we've got to go and do the thing first and then hope for a Man City win. So we won't qualify for Europe on Sunday, which I did say in the match reaction because I get ahead of myself. We just got to basically match a Man United result. If Man United lose, we're there. Man United draw, we need a draw. Man United win, we've got to win. So, yeah. So we've got to match it, but we have to go again on Sunday to all to play for. And obviously, of course, the Premier League title, Man City, Arsenal is the focus. But, we're still, fighting for this 7th place. And we've got to go to West London and get something. And honestly, I will love it if we beat them. Love it. I'm making a joke. I'm trying to paint myself up. Look, Kamikaze defending. I am just disappointed. I'm sorry that I'm negative, and I didn't want to come on and be neutral and I like to be a bit emotional, show a bit of upset and passion, and when I'm happy and sad, and this is what I am. If you didn't like it, then this isn't the channel for you, because I like to show when I'm frustrated and because this is a Man United side that isn't the Man United side of old. It's in decline, and I know the Man United fans are gonna jump on me, but look where you have came. You finished 4th, and you had a poor season. You had all the falling outs with the players last season and this season. Yes, you won a cup, which is great. You might even win a cup this season, but look at the points. You're getting less and less. And obviously the whole backroom team's getting moved around, which will point the finger at Ten Hag. He's Gannon at the end of the day. And that's what I'm frustrated at, because we've never really had a good record at Old Trafford. Really, we won here in the cup, which was our reserves, and that shows you the Man United side. You just don't know what you get with them, right? And the Kobbie winner, but I've never seen Newcastle win here, except from them 2 times, and I've been watching religiously since 1995. So there you go, and I just think it was a great opportunity to finish ahead of Man United, which is mental to start. It's absolute mental that we haven't finished ahead of them since something like the late 60s or early 70s. It's crackers. It's absolute mental. So, disappointed because I would have liked to see the stronger side. We're conceding tons of goals, and I thought, but then again, if you're more balanced, you don't score enough. You don't score at the other end, do you? So, we are really, really good going forward. I do think that we missed chances tonight, which is rare. It's rare that we say that, though. It's rare that I'll come on video and say, oh, God, we missed this, we missed that, because we score so many goals. It's rare that I'll say that. But defensively, you just look at the goals against, and I can blame I'm not talking about injuries. We didn't not win, not because of injuries, but, you question yourself and think, for next season, because let's face it, I've only got 1 game left, where's the positions that you need to strengthen to improve this team? So you've got to look at defensive midfielder and ask yourself the question, do you want to go and spend money when you've got Joe Linton, Bruno, Sean Longstaff, Miley, Tonali? Because for me, what I would do personally, I would make Tonali the sitting defender. I really would. And he's going to be back. I think he's only going to miss the first 1 or 2 games and he's back. That's what personally I would do. And then I think a right winger's needed. And probably another centre-back, because of the injuries to Botman and Lascelles are long-term. And Fabian Schär, for me, he's been the 4th best player this season at the club, behind Isak, Gordon and Bruno, whichever 3 you'd prefer. But then it's Fabian Schär for me. But he's getting on. As much as he's brilliant, if we do qualify for Europe, Fabian Schär is probably going to come out with them Thursday games until we'll play the knockout stages. And remember, it's 8 group stage games as well if we do, and it's all ifs, buts and maybes. Of course it is. Just frustrated the way it's went and the kamikaze defending, because we're better than that, and especially, an experienced person like Kieran Trippier. And don't get me wrong, we're playing Kraft at centre-back. It wasn't really a centre-back, and I'm not pointing the finger at all at Emil Kraft. I think he's actually been decent the last few games when he's come in. It's just frustration that the way we're conceding, get Nick Pope and goal. Because realistically, I don't know if he saves the second one with Diallo, but I think he gets his hand to it. The third one he saves, for me. I think he saves it. But it's all ifs, buts and maybes. If Isak scored the chance and what have you. This is the beauty about football, because we can debate it in the comments. You can say this, you can say that, I can say this and that, and that's the beauty about it, about football. As long as it's respectfully, not taking the piss and what have you, then yeah, that's fine. This is the beauty about football. You live the highs and the lows. But there you go, and that's the last word, and that's just me being totally honest with you. I'm just negged out with it. At least because I just think it's a missed opportunity to knock Man United out of the contention unless they win the FA Cup, of course. But the positives are, well, there is none tonight. Well, Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall is a positive. they're positive in Anthony Gordon scoring again. So no doubt about it, we'll be keeping an eye on Man United. Of course we will. We'll all be looking at their scoreline. But I'm going to head home, jump on that M62, which I was stuck on this morning for about 35 minutes. There'll be no traffic and it's fine. I'm going to eat my... Do you want to know what I've got? I have this. This is very glamorous. A plant chef falafel and hummus. Can you see that? There you go. And Tesco meal deal. Of course I had. I've already swigged the water, by the way. It's gone. Because that's how thirsty I was. Why have we turned into a cooking show? I do have a protein bar there. There we're gone. See. Where's it gone? Trying to eat healthy for Australia, man. Speaking of Australia, loads of videos coming up about that after Brentford as well. I will be down Brentford with Sam, by the way. But obviously I've been talking to a club official today about a couple of things and fan events and meetups and, you know, talking and all that. So I'm going to bring in all of that in Australia, so don't worry. But let me know how you feel. Are you frustrated or now it's dissecting, you know, the VAR penalty incident because that's a fucking joke. The Burn header didn't go over the line, so that's fine. The missed chances, even though we scored loads. The kamikaze defending, there's a lot to take in the game, which affects where Newcastle will finish now, because I don't think we'll finish ahead of Chelsea. I think they'll do enough, even if they get a point. But that's it for me. I'm going to go on the end. And drop us a like, Howe. Ta-da.